vehemently united and committed to peaceful assembly at St. James Park and in all the streets of Toronto. We are here to show you what democracy looks like.
Yeah! For the 99!
And we're going to make a statement, and things are going to radically change.
Yeah.
Because the community is going to polarize and support. Something very special, very unique is happening. Rob Ford just made a very bad PR decision. He decided that it was a really bad PR decision because the community came out in support of the 99%.
Thank you, community!
Thank you! And so he changed his decision. Rob Ford did the eviction decision because he realized it was a bad PR move.
Yeah!
We are the 99%.
Yeah!
We are all ages, we are all genders, we are all cultures, we are all abilities, we are all together. And this isn't about political stripes, this isn't about right or left or center or moderate. This movement has no political colors. It has no political colors because the ones that run this shamocracy, this democracy that we call and we so vehemently hold, this democracy is run by unelected bankers, the elite banking consortium. We never elected them, yet they run our economy and they run our society and they run our democracy, and we never elected them. In 1974, a hijack occurred and none of you noticed. And the hijack was the Bank of Canada's hijack. The Bank of Canada is the People's Bank. It's in Ottawa, nationalized in 1938 by Mackenzie King, Prime Minister of Canada. He nationalized the Bank of Canada so that we could buy out our debt and avoid a depression like our friends south of the border. Our friends south of the border, they have a Federal Reserve Bank, a private bank, not a central national bank like our bank. 1972. Do you know what our internal debt was? National debt. What was my national debt in 1972? Zero! Zero debt in 1972 because we used the Bank of Canada, the National Bank of the People. What happened in 1974? Hijack happened in 1974. The top five, the big five bankers, they went to Ottawa, and there were these politicians, Gretchen and Martin, they had very deep pockets. This story happened. This hijack happened. Very deep pockets. And they said, don't use your bank. Don't use the Bank of Canada. Don't use the People's Bank. By the way, the Bank of Canada, we're all its shareholders. We own 100% of the Bank of Canada shares. So right now, we could go to the Bank of Canada and have a Bank of Canada shareholders meeting. We could. But we're not going to. Not yet. Not yet. Because we need to mobilize numbers. We need enough Canadians to know that this hijack occurred. We pay $167 million in interest a day to the big five private banks that lobbied these corrupt politicians, these deep-pocketed politicians, to ignore the Bank of Canada's legislative power under the Bank of Canada Act, Section 18, to issue interest-free loans to our government. And instead, we pay $167 million a day on interest to the big five. So you see, when you understand about the hijack that occurred, in 1991, Mulroney abolished statutory reserves, which means banks don't have to hold any money in reserve. When they give out credit, they give out money that they do not have. Criminal Code of Canada, Section 293 of the Criminal Code of Canada finds them guilty. The big five private banks.
Shame!
Shame! So it's no coincidence that we marched down to the big five private bank headquarters at Bay and Adelaide. It's no coincidence now you know why we're there. Because we're outreaching to you and we want you to join us. City services are being cut. And these politicians and all these kids are either too ignorant or they're negligently criminal and liable. To the 99%. So we make this statement on May 5th, 2012, 555. Occupation cities across Canada will unite in solidarity at the Bank of Canada headquarters in Ottawa. We will have a foot in the door there. There will be major significance. The Canadian population will know why we're there. Right? They'll ask questions. We're not at a peaceful park. We're at the Bank of Canada headquarters in Ottawa. Conveniently steps to Parliament. We will have a massive mobilization effort. And we want all of you to join us. We need your help. We need your resources. You are the 99%. Join us. Now I will give the mic to Tom, our brother Tom. He has something prepared for Mr. Rob Ford. Thank you, girlfriend.
Good speech.
Thank you so much, everyone. So we've been served eviction notice, or we haven't been served eviction notice. We don't know. It's all up in the air right now. But we're kind of, I think they want us to kind of sit back and just assume that because we get served notice that we have no sort of claim to be there. Just because they decided they want us out that we have no claim to be there. But we do have something called a Bill of Rights in Canada and a Constitution, and that allows us to assemble and that allows us to protest. And for us to have our rights, we have to claim them. So I've written a claim of rights for everyone to sign to state your right to be at the park, and we're going to give it to Ford. I think we left it a bit late today, but we got another day. Oh, it's open today, right? So let's get these documents signed, and let's go and give him some notice as to why we're there.
Yeah.
I'll be passing them out, all right?
All right.
You want to speak, John?